Hey guys, Vets here from 11 Bravo Gaming, and today we're talking about communication. Mostly focusing on tactical communication. It's something that people love about a lot of our videos. Our Ninja Squad videos, which have really taken off. People love the tactical communication aspect of it. And one of the things I think everyone likes is that we're a nice blend. We're not talking like we're in the military. And we're not talking like pro gamers necessarily. I hear guys, 3 blue, 2 red, 5 yellow, and it's like, what the hell are you talking about? We're talking about realistic, acquirable communication style that hopefully I can kind of talk a little bit about in this video and help you guys realize some things that you might be doing wrong that will get you closer to what we're doing and maybe even better than how we do it. Because having that communication is the key to having a good win-loss ratio, winning a lot of games and having fun. And it's very difficult. It can be really hard to do. So let's take a second and listen to some of our gameplay. We're going to talk tactics as well in this video, but there's going to be an overall theme about communication and some tips on that. So let's listen to gameplay for a bit, and I'll be back in a minute.
Left side of bridge.
Middle, gazebo 2 at least.
2 to the left of bridge, near those trees and that rock. Both down.
Sweeping clear, sweeping clear.
Gazebo's clear.
Medical supplies for you. Pick it up. Pick up the first aid.
Both side clear.
Let's go right tunnel.
Beep beeps.
Yeah, right tunnel.
Hey, what the fuck you doing? Get back.
Alright, I'll take point.
Keep on moving.
Clear. Cut in, cut in. One laying down, dead, one more behind him. Nade out.
Healing up.
Alright, so let's go back in time for a second and see what Corrupt does here in this situation. The 3 of us are pushing up the vent to the last exit point, and then we drop down on the enemy and start moving up along that right hand wall. Corrupt actually exits the vent a little bit before us, so he gets a different angle on the enemy. So this is about controlling your sectors of fire, having different angles to put fire down on the enemy from, and this is a really good move. This is part of what happens when you can talk as a team and know what the rest of the team's doing. So Corrupt knew what we were doing. He knew I was on point. He saw where I was going, and then he was able to alter where he was going, being the last man in line, to help give us a little bit of cover and to help push up through a difficult spot in the map. So I thought that was a pretty good thing to see there, or a cool thing to see, because we have the second point of view to look at. And it just shows how, like, just altering your path a little bit can completely open up new lanes of fire and help your team out. So we're going to go back and listen to some more gameplay, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Plant Bravo. Stairs, secure the stairs.
Roger.
Coming heavy inside the stairs here. Stay up there, stay up there.
Flanking. Going in for a flank on him.
You got me, you got me.
Blood in A. I'm down.
Beacons only spawn. Oh.
On me. They defused.
Yep. Planting.
Charge has been set.
Alright, I got the opposite door covered.
Alright, so going back to talking about communication and how you can do a better job of it, A couple of things happen in the clip we just watched that is pretty significant. No one yells. So instead of yelling or raising our voice to emphasize, you'll hear us repeat things. I do this the most. I actually do it a little too much in this game. I just get a little carried away when you're focusing, and if it comes natural, you aren't thinking about it. But instead of yelling or raising my voice, I'll just repeat the communication twice to emphasize it quickly, short commands. In addition to that, you saw where Corrupt was going through the door, and I said, Corrupt, I have the opposite door. And that was it. That short little statement is enough to tell him where I'm going to be and know that he doesn't have to worry about turning around to cover the other door. This is talking about situational callouts, using landmarks or points of reference to make your callouts, because a callout of Op4 position that references your position or in relation to you is useless to your teammates most of the time, because they now have to figure out where you are and then calculate an angle to where the enemy is. So if you say there's one at my 2 o'clock, that doesn't do your team any good. You need to be using points of reference that everyone can understand. That's why you see the pro players using established callouts. There's one in up top green, there's 3 in yellow. They all know where that's at, and that's a really good reference. If you're playing with guys that aren't going to take it to that level, you can still do a good job of taking advantage of stuff like that. You saw in the beginning, Wretched Cookie was like, there's one in between the 2 rocks to the left of the bridge. That's an easy call out for me to understand. So we'll use things that people really understand and know where they're at, and you'll see that a lot. That is definitely some stuff to keep an eye on, and it makes a big difference in your communication, keeping it clean. You also hear Wretched Cookie and I do a lot of the callouts in this. Corrupt is just, he doesn't make callouts as much as a lot of people do. He's a very instinctual player, so he's playing on instincts. He's listening constantly to what we do, but he's leaving the comms clear for the rest of us to talk. He's taking all that information in, and then he's adjusting what he does based on what we're saying we're doing, and that's great. You need players like that. Wretched Cookie and I played on a Milsim, a tactical paintball team together for 5 or 6 years, and when you're using UHF radios, you can't talk, more than one person cannot talk at the same time. You step on each other, it's called, and you basically cut the other person off, or you think you're talking and you're not. So we as a team had to establish some pretty strict radio usage patterns and guidelines, and a lot of that feeds into what we now do playing Xbox or PC or whatever we're playing on. So in our gaming stuff that we do, a lot of the stuff we learned together playing paintball has actually come in handy. And then I have the military experience where I learned stuff as well with radio use that's very important. So those are some of the tips on communication that I think are really important. Now there's another pretty good moment coming up where I want to take advantage of having Corrupt's point of view to show you guys. We're attacking the last MCOM. This one can be kind of tough, and as I push down around that wall, Corrupt takes this inside route. So he takes the high ground, and he's up here fighting with these guys on top, and that's huge because if you saw where I just ran, all of this area in red, Corrupt's denying the enemy access to. That's a really good opportunity for him to suppress the enemy, keep them back, and keep that whole area clear for them to shoot down and get easy kills on me and Wretched and Ractus, who are attacking the MCOM here. So as Corrupt's up there, even though he dies, he does enough to keep the enemy back so that we can push in and establish ourselves down here, plant the MCOM. And at this point, you got to take this Bravo income first. Alpha's pretty easy to take. Bravo can be really difficult. They have a very advantageous spawn, and you have to go a long way to get there. So that was a really crucial move by Corrupt. Just hearing what we were doing, knowing where we are, and having awareness, and then just basically winning the game by securing that area there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to cut back to the audio real quick and let the game fade out. Make sure you subscribe for more like this and leave some feedback, guys.
Mid down.
Dave behind the counter.
Down.
Picking you up. You can take your kit back, I'm dead.